Well, now that our theme gardens are all planted, I wanted to take you on a tour of some of them. And first, we're here in our children's garden, and it's all planted, and everything is still small, but you can tell that it's going to be a beautiful garden. And believe it or not, the A and the Z were the easy plants to come up with for our garden. First off, we have some ageratum here that's working great for A, and we also planted some alyssum. And Z, we had zebra grass and also zebra plant. But there were a few letters that were a little harder to come up with, and one of those was Q. What in the world do you put in your garden that begins with Q? Well, we found some quaking oats, and so that's working really great. Another one that was hard to come up with was our X, and we had to think on this for quite a while, and then we decided, oh, we'll do a small xeriscape in the garden. So we've got a xeriscape all laid out. And we also found a plant that began with the letter X, and that's xeranthemum. So we've got that one covered. Well, as you can tell, our horse here is looking great. It's starting to fill in and everything, and it's actually doing double duty. It's a horse for H, and also we've got T for topiary, because this is an example of a topiary, and it's really a hit with the kids. Now, we've already had several tours of children come through, and they love to come through the garden, find the alphabet, and we also had a preschool class that was singing the alphabet song as they went through our garden. Well, in addition to this, let's go take a look at some other gardens that we've got planted up. Well, this beautiful garden is our formal carpet garden, and it's actually modeled after some gardens in the Czech Republic. And as you can tell, it's very, like the name implies, formal, and if you were to view this from above, it would look a lot like a Persian rug. It's got a design in the middle, and then all four corners are the same. Let's take a look at some of the plants that are in this garden. First off, our gray plant is lavender cotton or gray santalina, and we're going to keep this really clipped low, and these might grow together, but they're going to be staying clipped a lot like you would if you had a knot garden or something. Then behind this, we've got some Joseph's coat that again is going to be clipped. And then back here we've got some of the begonias. Now these aren't going to be clipped, and they'll add to the design here some color in the middle of our design. We've also got over here for some green contrast, we have some of the asparagus fern and also some dracaena to add a little bit of interesting texture here in the middle. Now if we move on up in our mound in the center, you'll notice here in the middle that around the center, our purple is the purple duck's foot coleus, and then in the middle to crown this off is a palm. Now we have noticed that our palm selection is a little hard here in Oklahoma to find something that's going to work, and we have a phoenix palm, and it's already starting to scorch. So we're going to have to take that out, and we're actually looking for a date palm that actually takes the sun a little bit better. Well, let's look at some of the plants that we have here in our corners. And first off, we have some scaevola that's going to have beautiful purple flowers, and this is going to spread and fill in. This also likes the heat, so it'll look beautiful all summer long. Then for some contrast, again, we've got a grayish plant, but instead of using the lavender cotton, we've used dusty miller. Well, our coleus here is one of the sun coleus, and that's actually the sport of green dragon, and it's again going to look good in the sun, and it provides a contrast with our gray colors. Now the grasses here in the middle are the purple fountain grass, which here is an annual, but they make a nice show. And to top this all off, or I might say to go underneath all of this, we've got our cocoa hull mulch, which is working great, and it provides a nice base color for the entire carpet. Our gravel path here not only provides people a place to walk in the garden, but also it adds a nice element of design here. We've got the gray gravel that matches a lot with our gray plants. Well, our formal carpet garden looks beautiful now, but it's going to look even more beautiful later in the season, so we're going to have to come back and look at this again. But right now, we need to do some harvesting in our Vegetables Around the World garden. Well, it's time to be harvesting some of our salad greens out of the garden, and first off, let's take a look at some of our chicories. We've actually got 3 different kinds planted here, and first off, our Castel Franco chicory, we're going to leave it here because that actually forms a head, and so we want to wait until that forms a head on it, and then harvest it. But over here we've got some, this is hard to say, Biendissima triste, which is another variety of chicory, and it is one that you harvest the leaves. And when the leaves are about 4 to 6 inches tall, then you go ahead and harvest it. So we're going to do that right now. Now the neat thing about this chicory is you can harvest it, then water it, and wait 2 or 3 weeks, and you can get another harvest of it. So I'm just going to harvest all of these leaves and have some great tasting chicory for my salad. Now chicory has kind of a bitter taste, so we'll want to mix that in with some other greens. Remember I said we had 3 different kinds of chicory, and our third chicory here, which is called Witloof Zoom, and that's actually also known as a Belgian endive. And we're actually growing this one for the root. So we're going to let it grow all summer, and then in the fall we'll harvest the root and we store that so that later we can force it. If you've ever seen Belgian endive in the grocery store, it's all very white, and that's been forced indoors. And so we're going to try that later on the season. So we'll just let that grow right now. Well, to go along with our chicory, we need some other greens. And let's go down to our mesclun mix, which looks just beautiful. Now remember I said a mesclun was just a mix of greens, and this happens to be one from the area around France. And it is a wonderful mix, and it looks beautiful. We've got some of our red lettuce here, and some of our green lettuce, and also we've got some arugula. Now arugula is a wonderful salad green, and it has kind of a nutty flavor to it, and it's a wonderful addition to salads. So you want to try a mesclun mix with this arugula in it and see how it tastes. Now again, I'm just going to take and harvest along my row here, and I pretty much have an instant salad. All I need to do is wash this, rip it up, and put it in a bowl, and it'll be ready. But we've also got some radishes ready to go, so I'm going to pick a few of our French radishes and put that in with our salad. And to dress it up, I think I'm going to go find some Johnny Jump Ups and sprinkle those over the top. We've got a really great salad going here, and I'm going to go fix this so I can have a great lunch.
We hope you enjoyed this video. It's part of our OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. You can also find more recent videos on our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.